The Magic the Gathering color pie, a representation of all the colors in Magic, their philosophy, strengths, weaknesses, mechanics, synergies, allies, enemies, everything. The color pie is where it all begins. This is the first video in a 10-part series exploring the philosophies, strengths, and weaknesses of the two-color cycle in Magic. Last year, we released a video talking about the basics of the color pie, diving into the different aspects of each color in depth, and before you watch this video, you should absolutely watch that one. Link is right in front of you. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. It gives you a lot of much-needed context for this series. Now, without further ado, it's time to jump in. Izzet, the Ravnican Guild representation of the blue-red color pair. Being Izzet means a lot of different things. To fully understand the concept and philosophy of blue-red in its entirety, first we need to understand blue and red individually. Again, if you want the long explanation and in-depth analysis of the two colors, you can click the first link in the description. Short explanation? Blue is the color dedicated to knowledge, intellect, information gathering. All that blue wants to do is gain knowledge. It wants to know everything, all the time, forever. Through painstaking research, blue mages strive to solve every problem, make possible the impossible, answer every question. You get where I'm coming from. If you have a question about anything, chances are a blue mage is working on the answer or already has it. Red, not really the same thing. Red is the color of emotion, spontaneity, feeling. It's the most human color. What red desires more than anything else? Freedom. The freedom to love, hate, fight, help, think, not think. It doesn't matter. All red wants to do is anything it wants to do, as long as it isn't hindered in any way. 100% complete freedom. Ever have the impulse to just do something crazy, but your better judgment held you back? Red doesn't have that better judgment. It just does whatever it wants, whenever it wants. You know how Magic's two-color cycle is split into allied colors and enemy colors? It should be a little clearer now as to why that is. Blue and red are enemy colors. On the surface, these are not two colors that can get along, or more importantly, should get along. Blue is think before you act. Red is act before you act, then act again. On the surface, these two colors couldn't be further from each other, which is why they're enemies. So when we dive into blue-red as a pair, it's important to dig deep into each color's philosophy and way of thinking to find where they meet. Let's do that now. Blue as a color is many things. It's intelligent, supremely logical, physically passive, but it's also something else, something that not a lot of players touch on. Blue is desperate. Blue is desperate to gain omniscience, desperate to know all things. This is why blue mages dedicate their lives to knowledge. They must know all. They have an unending hunger to know everything. And that, my friends, that's our way in. That's the point of connection. Blue is logical, yes, but it's also intelligent. Intelligent enough to know that the same research and same methodology can't yield infinitely different results. You have to change the variables to learn anything new. Enter red. Red is the color of emotion, free thought, passion. And believe it or not, that's the catalyst we need to make blue-red what it is. We need free thought and passion. Add both of those things together and what do you get? Creativity, unique thinking, true out-of-the-box methodology. Just because red can be impulsive and emotional doesn't mean it can't be intelligent or creative. And that's our catalyst. That's what's going to connect blue and red. Let me explain. Blue is desperate for knowledge and understanding in regards to everything. Blue will do whatever it takes to learn everything. Just whatever it takes. Sometimes that means going off the beaten path, discovering new ways to learn, experimentation, creation, destruction. Welcome to Izzet! Blue-red is what happens when the search for knowledge is infused with a heavy dose of emotional, unbridled creativity. The Izzet League on Ravnica is the perfect example of this idea come to fruition. Discovery and curiosity best describe this guild. Once embraced, the blue-red lifestyle is one of constant wonder, constant experimentation, and an even greater thirst for knowledge. With the ability to think of seemingly endless ways to experiment, the Izzet have a hard time staying on topic. Blue was once a color of discipline. It would stay on a topic until it knew everything about that topic. Not anymore. Izzet focuses on something until something more intriguing comes along, then poof, gone. On to the next crazy experiment that sometimes doesn't even make any sense. Mixing blue and red together is certainly volatile. As far as color pie philosophy goes, this is basically what's going on. Take a red mage, endlessly curious about life, free to do whatever they want, held back by nothing, then give them intellect and the thirst for knowledge. What do you think they're going to do with that? They're going to research, but they're going to do it in a way that no one else has before because they're free. Each mage in the Izzet League is unique, following their own emotions and feelings to whatever discoveries they make. Other guilds often work together towards a common goal. Some others don't really work together, but at least they work towards accomplishing a single task. With the Izzet, you literally never know. One day, one of them is trying to fit a werewolf into a mech suit. The next day, they're using lightning as a way to gain knowledge and hurt their enemies. The guild's all over the place. Totally unpredictable. But this unpredictability, at least in the head of the Izzet mage themselves, makes total sense. They've connected two things that make no sense to anyone else. Using their supreme intellect and creativity, they've discovered something no one else could possibly understand. Welcome to Izzet. There's no possible way to be prepared. Now that we've explored blue-red in theory, let's talk about practical applications of the color pair. Even though we made the connection philosophically, the connection between blue and red in the game is a bit more complicated. Both blue and red love casting spells. We're talking about the colors of Counterspell and Lightning Bolt here. While these two colors cast spells for very different reasons, they both love spells, so that's where Izzet's strength lies. In spells, and cards that care about spells. The Izzet are constantly experimenting, trying new things, raising the bar both creatively and dangerously. Nivik Cyclops is the perfect example of this. The Izzet built a giant suit, put it on a Cyclops, then fueled it with spell casting, essentially shoving mana into it, making it more and more dangerous each time. Not chaotic enough for you? The Izzet also figured out how to turn creatures into dragons. Not just one at a time, but all at once. This is the kind of crazy crap this guild has access to. Possibly the simplest example of Izzet's strength is provided by Electrolyze, a staple removal spell that's been used in various formats for a long time. Electrolyze is everything that's right with Izzet. It deals damage and draws you a card. The Izzet learn something from every lesson they teach. Clearly they learned that they could manipulate both red and blue mana to work together. Look at Frostburn Weird, same thing. A passive 1/4 that enters the battlefield but can then turn into a 4/1 at the drop of a hat. The Izzet League didn't fuse red and blue together. It just took the best parts of both of them and said, do whatever you want. Now, since both colors care so much about spells, you see cards dedicated to that idea. Cards that either get more powerful based on more spells being cast, or give you additional upside for casting more spells. The Izzet want to encourage experimentation and reward you for initiative. The color pair will go through a lot of trouble to push you to greatness, trying desperately to find new knowledge in unexpected and oftentimes super dangerous places. Needless to say, the Izzet play with fire in a big way. Go big or go home may be a powerful creed to live by, but it's also risky, high risk, high reward. And that's where we find the guild's weakness. If you're curious enough and thirsty enough, if you want to live the Izzet dream, you can absolutely try. Cards and decks exist to let you aim for the heavens, but we've all seen storms succeed stupendously and fail miserably. Experimentation doesn't guarantee anything, and that increased uncertainty only adds to the natural uncertainty in life, or in this case, deck building. While the Izzet may change their focus often, when they are focused on something, they go all out, no holding back. And while this can be looked at as a strength, sometimes you will be left wanting and disappointed because the pieces just didn't come together the way you thought they would. You could have a beautiful disaster, or just a disaster. That's Izzet for you. Nothing's guaranteed. When it's all said and done, the Izzet League is about intellect, passion, and creativity. Blue-red as a color combination will always be volatile, unpredictable, and most of all, exciting. So what did you think? Do you like Izzet as a guild, blue-red as a color combination in general? Love to hear what you have to say. Also, what do you think about the mini-series? Would you like to see more of these on the other color pairs? If so, which ones? So many questions. You have all the answers, so talk to me. Leave your thoughts below. I gotta know. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. This video is brought to you in part by TCGplayer.com. Just a friendly reminder that Commander 2016 is on sale right now at TCG Player. You can get an unopened copy of Invent Superiority for $34. Want some blue-red goodness? That'll sate your robot hunger. Not interested? How about Star Wars Unity? Ready for this? $23. $23 shipped. Talk about insane pricing. If you want some Commander 2016 awesomeness, there's no better place than right here. Enjoy.